I'm Sue Goldstein.
And I'm Ed Goldstein. We are the founders of the Valerie Fund almost 50 years ago.
What they were able to do from such tragedy and loss and give back is unbelievable to me. It actually gets me very emotional because I'm in awe of what they've done.
Over the last 50 years, the Valerie Fund has been helping families with children suffering from cancer and blood disorders, growing from one Valerie Fund center to now 8 hospital-based centers and 1 new program. And in the process, we've helped thousands of families as their children fight these life-threatening diseases.
So she started to feel ill February, and we went to the mall. Walking back to the car, her watch went off, and it alerted her that her heart rate was high. It was like 150 something. And she was just walking.
I got a lot of blood tests. They came back and they told me my hemoglobin was around 6. They said it was very low, so they transferred me to Morristown, where the Valerie Fund Center is.
I was asked a series of questions, and one of the questions I remember specifically was, any history of leukemia in the family? And I'm like, no history of it at all. You know, when you feel like you're dreaming or like you're living a nightmare and you're just like, please, this can't be real.
They diagnosed me with acute myeloid leukemia.
You know, I went to my own doctors throughout the year asking, is there anything that I have in me that I could have given to her? No. And for this to be, you know, for my only girl, this was like intense. It was very intense.
I was going to the Valerie Fund Center because I have a disease called sickle cell, and this disease is where your blood cells are not circle. Your blood cell is a sickle shape like this, and it clogs up together easier, which creates pain. It mostly comes in my back. Sometimes I get this thing called acute chest syndrome, so they'll have to give me medicine to cope with the pain. The Valerie Fund Center makes it easier to go through all the stuff that happens.
We'll probably be there anywhere between like 5 to 8 times a year. Usually his visits would be 2 weeks or more sometimes. He had a really bad episode where he was there close to 4 months. It wasn't an in and out. He was like literally in there. He actually lost mobility in his legs down. He couldn't walk. He had to learn how to, you know, walk again. And during that time, the Valerie Fund Center was amazing. As a mother, I felt like I didn't know what to do. I was just crying every day, upset, didn't know what was going on, and I just felt like they made it easier. They even helped out with things with giving massages to try to ease me from different things, helping me out like with traveling to and from the hospital, like gas cards. I was out of work during that time period, so they also shared gift cards to help get groceries. So they made like life outside of having to just focus on Kace easier at home. And that I was very grateful and thankful for.
That day when Janaye was admitted, we met the team. They each came in. Kristen, Janaye's child life specialist, Sarah, our social worker that was assigned to us, and another social worker. She introduced herself also, I remember. Caitlin, the educational liaison, as well as Chelsea, the nutritionist.
They really helped boost my mood whenever I wasn't feeling the best. Especially Kristen, my child life specialist.
I love the way that she makes Janaye feel and how happy she makes her.
My mom had to handle a lot of things. She really takes care of me. She gives me the courage to push through all the pain. She gives me the courage to say, you know what, I'm gonna handle this. I'm gonna help get through the pain. And she's like my personal assistant with stuff, so.
Your personal assistant. Excuse me.
I don't mean like you're my personal assistant.
I know what you mean, Kace.
If a kid was just diagnosed, I tell them it's okay to cry because there's always days where you're gonna feel like you can't do this. And it's okay. There's gonna be days where you feel like you can't do it, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to feel like you have to be strong all the time. But just know that it's all for a reason, and you're gonna make it through.
Watching her get knocked down and still smile when people walk in, and still striving every day, still pushing every day, nauseous, sick, she's still going and she's pushing. And I am very proud of you. Extremely proud of you for pushing through.
If I have to rate the Valerie Fun Center, it supersedes the 10. Like, I have other friends who have kids that have sickle cell, and they are at different locations, different places, and they do their care elsewhere. And then when I talk about my experience with the Valerie Fun Center, they be like, well, that don't happen over here, or we don't do this over here. And I be like, okay, well, you need to come to the Valerie Fun Center. I said, to me, it's not so, I don't look at it as like, oh, we're going to the doctor's appointment. I look at it more so as like a family.
I'm beyond thankful that we've had the Valerie Fund, because again, they just treated you like family. And I cannot imagine what it would be like to be in a situation without people like that.
When a person comes to the Valerie Fund, he or she is treated by everybody. And I always say, in our chemo, we do something that no other hospital does. We fill it up with love beside the chemotherapy.
All of the different people who surround them help them, and they help them get over each and every bump in the road. And there are lots and lots of bumps for these kids.